This is not an aircraft, it's not a seaplane, a hovercraft, or a hydrofoil. That's why it probably doesn't look like anything else you've ever seen. These are called Ekranoplanes, and they were developed by the Soviets. They still haven't come into widespread use, but the Lun-class Ekranoplan was active during the 80s and 90s. How they work is they take advantage of something called the ground effect, which is about compressing the air between the bottom surface of the wings and the surface of the water. What this means is that they can carry about 50% more payload and use about half the fuel that an aircraft would of the same size. They're obviously faster than any seagoing vessel. They can fly lower than any plane, so they can fly under radar, and their fuel source can never run out because they actually run on distilled communism, which also happens to be the most explosive and egalitarian substance known to man. And you see those massive tube things on the back of the Lun-class Ekranoplan, which point up at a strange angle. They're actually massive missile launchers, and they're guided by advanced tracking systems which are mounted in the nose and tail of the craft. It's propelled by these banks of jet engines. It's like this really strangely proportioned airplane. You can see the tail is really high, and the stabilizers are they're not just stabilizers, they're also sort of wings. You can see it's about as wide as the front wings of the plane. So imagine this thing screaming across the ocean, launching fucking missiles into the air at your boats and planes, and then teams of Soviets with AKs and Dragunovs jump out of it. Are you fucking serious? Why is this not in a game yet? Someone needs to make a game about it, or at least put it in a game. This should be an armor or something. The reality is that these things are just rotting in scrapyards at the moment in Russia. But there's such a great opportunity to use them in video games. They're so impressive. And if the Soviet Union hadn't had some funding problems, I think they still would be using a lot of them and would have developed them further. But maybe in a video game, in a military simulation, for example, we could see maybe what effect they would have had in battles. And in the very least, it would be a lot of fun. Go watch a few videos of these things in action if you can find them on YouTube. It's even more impressive when you see them in motion. I made this video simply hoping that a developer sees it and at least considers doing something with it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.